The following podcast has been rated Listener MA. It contains strong language, violence, adult situations, nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Sportscast. I'm your host. My name is Scottage Cheese, a.k.a. Scotty Gurman. And alongside me, as usual, I have two excellent stand-up comedians from the Wichita area. First, I have the 1984 Kingman County T-Ball Defensive Player of the Year award winner, Mr. Jeremy Joseph.
Happy holidays, Scotty.
Holidays, Mr. Jeremy Joseph. And then also another excellent stand-up comedian. We have a gentleman we like to call the Wreck, Mr. Derek Alders.
Merry Festivus, Scott Pocket.
Yeah, Scott Pocket. That can go with that one. I like that one. I can do that.
That's a little too sleek for you.
Sleek?
Yeah.
That's what they called him.
Scottage cheese is
They called him
lumpy and rotten.
Lumpy. Oh, okay.
They called him Scott Pocket in prison.
Right.
I bet so.
They did.
Yeah, right. That's actually where you got that from, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Derek's done hard time, you can tell.
Yeah. Scotty was my bitch.
No. Welcome, everybody, to the Unfiltered Sportscast. This is a comedy show before a sports show. We'd like to talk about sports, go over what's happening in sports news, and make a lot of inappropriate jokes where two stand-up comedians like to make fun of me the entire time and derail the show.
We don't like to. We feel like we have to.
Yeah, that's true. And then this is an adult podcast, so if you have kids in the car,
Crank it up, fuckers.
that's right. And if you haven't noticed already, if you don't like foul language, Jeremy?
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
No, you always say go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, they can. And so can their kids. What? Kick them out of the car.
While it's moving.
Yes.
But guys, this is...
Well, no, bring it to a stop, because that's dangerous.
Right. We're
You
coming...
drive and kick at the same time.
On the highway, though.
Could you imagine if Cody Parkey tried to drive and kick at the same time?
Oh, my
Holy
God.
shit, he'd kill everybody.
The momentum behind that
Everybody
leg.
but the kids, which are the only ones who really deserve
And
it.
whatever he was trying to kick.
Just, you kids, shut up. I'm listening to a podcast.
He's probably a raging alcoholic by this point in time in his career.
I hope so.
But anyways, guys, welcome in. If this is your very first time listening to this show, we appreciate it. Yeah.
We're actually disappointed in you. It took you a whole year.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say, we're coming up on a year. Not quite yet. First round of the NFL playoffs will officially be a year. And we are coming up on the holiday week, this coming week. So we are going to try and do another show. We know Derek can't make it, but me and Jeremy are going to try to throw something together.
So it's going to be even better than ever.
Give yourself a little credit.
Mm-mm.
No?
Not
Okay.
after Saturday.
Okay. All right, fine, whatever. But anyways, what we always like to do in this show is start off about our weeks, what happened over the week that maybe we thought was funny or sports related or just want to tell everybody. But let's start with Jeremy with your week recap.
Well, I spent most of the week fixing my busted ceiling in the basement from it fixed all the problems where the water can't come up from underneath, so it had to rain down from up above, but not too high.
I say we
all
start
know that.
calling Jeremy's
Just-
house Watergate.
Yeah, I think
We
so
should.
too.
Waterworld. Let's get Kevin Costner over to the house to drink his own piss.
Dry ceiling is not a myth.
Yes.
I've seen it.
In 12
Anyway.
years, the polar ice caps will melt and run into my basement.
Nice.
Anyways, let's see. Not a whole lot really happened over the week except Sunday night.
Yeah.
Kudos to Wichita comedy, particularly Megan Welch, bringing in a guy who was in my top 5 of my bucket list of comedians to see, Eddie Pepitone, he's certainly a comedian's comedian. He's not necessarily a household name. You've maybe seen him in some movies. He had a small role in that movie Old School.
Okay.
With Will Ferrell. He's in that.
Who was he in Old School?
He was Eddie Pepitone. I don't honestly know who he was. I don't remember him being in there, but it was one of the credits that they gave. But he's just kind of he goes on stage and just rants. No real material, but he's just this old, sad guy that yells. And I love him, and he did not disappoint. He came and just fucking brought the house down.
Cool.
It was great. He brought this kid with him. He's actually a year older than me. JT Haberstadt,
Nice.
guy out of Chicago, considered Chicago's top underground comedian.
Oh, he does shit underground.
Yeah, well, maybe he can go in my basement, dry some shit up.
God damn, that'd be great.
But no, that really made. I got to meet him. He's such a nice guy, an incredibly nice guy, and like I say, he's one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
And so I was so happy they brought him to Barleycorns. Didn't even bring him to the comedy club here in town. Brought him to Barleycorns, and
Which that holds like 15 people.
Oh no, that's a big.
That's Kirby's.
Kirby's holds 10, 15 people.
Okay.
I would say. I mean, there was
50, 100?
50 to 75 people there.
Yeah.
But I mean, every one of them was there for the show, and I mean, he's so good, and for an old man, he brings this energy that's just huge.
He didn't play Old Blue, did he?
No.
No, he's not that old. Yeah,
Like after the movie or
no,
during
in the
movie?
movie you saw it. We were at it. You're my boy, Blue.
I'm just kidding.
But I'll yield my time back to you.
No, I'm gonna push it over to Derek. Derek, how was your week, man?
I got drunk.
That was it?
For 7 straight days and nights.
I had a show on Friday, which I needed to get drunk. They loved me about as much as they like a fist in their ass.
Some of her into that shit, dude.
Yeah,
A lot.
ladies usually hate each other, but for some reason they love my wife when I joke about her because it pisses them off very much so. So it didn't go so hot, but we raised some money for kids, which was a double whammy because I hate kids. It was Toys for Tots or the Ashby House is what it was. They got like $600 to the Ashby House and some gifts, which again I don't like kids, but okay, good. But I am in a giving mood as well, so I actually picked something up for you, Scott.
I'm so dreading this.
Why are you dreading this? It is a Christmas gift, and I would like for you to open it right now.
Right now?
Yes, right here on the show.
This sucks.
See, you're gonna read who it's from.
It's from you. Okay,
Jeez.
hang on.
Yeah, you did just give it
Hey,
to him.
Scottish cheese. 2 Scottish cheese from The Wreck.
There you go.
That's cool. All right, I give you that.
All right.
All
I
right.
think I know you've had your eye on this for a while,
Okay.
and I think it's something that it's gonna be your bucket list.
It's what is the calendar? The 2020 calendar for nice Jewish guys.
No. Yeah, it features nice Jewish guys.
Oh, it
Yes.
features nice
yeah.
Jewish
See,
guys.
look at the back there.
Oh my God.
I thought
you
that
probably
would
don't
be.
want to look at that. You want to be surprised every month
Yeah.
by another.
It says Oy vey on the back.
I just know you're into guys, but you like nice guys.
Oh my Lord.
Because as you have pointed out many times, Scottish cheese don't fuck on the Sabbath.
That's right.
I swear to God, I'm going to give this to my wife just so she can have some kind
No,
of
this gotta
inspiration
go
to
on the-
leave
Yeah,
my
this goes
ass.
on the wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
this goes
gotta be in
back
the
here.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to go on the wall.
I'll live
Nice.
at that. There you go. If you're
At
watching
least they're-
us on YouTube, there you go.
At least they're not
It
assholes.
fucking says Oy vey on the back. All right. Well, we're going to add that to our wall
There we go.
of fame.
Merry Christmas, Scotty.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Which is weird that you gave a Jewish calendar.
I know.
I'm not even a Jew.
You are
But-
too.
No, I'm
With
not.
that beard,
Yeah,
Scott,
you
you
gotta be
are.
Hasidic.
Yes.
I'm just
You're
Irish.
hiding those little weird weave
I'm a
things.
fucking
under-
leprechaun. I've got red facial hair. I'm 5'6", and I like to drink alcohol.
It's typical Jew.
That's
Uh-huh.
that's a fucking leprechaun.
They all want to be leprechauns with that gold.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Give me a Jugo cap.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas to you, Derek. I got you nothing.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I was actually disappointed. I was told you were going to be here tonight. But
Anyways, I had
Somebody had to run that equipment.
yeah, right. I tell you what, I had a very, very up and down week, let's call it that. I jinxed myself on last episode. I decided to wear my fantasy football hoodie and then proceeded to get my shit pushed in. by Jared over the weekend. I had 3 players decide not to fucking show up. Otherwise, I would have beat him by over 30 points. If I would have used the other players that were on my bench. So, anyways, that was a rough time. However, I had an excellent time on Saturday. Wichita State played Oklahoma here in Wichita at Interest Bank Arena.
Did you go?
Absolutely, I went.
All right.
You're talking
And-
about the Sooners of Oklahoma?
The Sooners of Oklahoma. And I actually made a meme, and it was on our page, and I shared it to the Shocker Faithful, trying to see
I
what
don't
we should
follow
do.
us.
Huh?
I don't follow us.
That's fine. But if you do not know, there was a transfer, a kid they transferred from Wichita State and went to Oklahoma. And last year, he had to sit out because that's the rules. You sit out a year before you can play. And
I think they don't like to be called transfers. They like to be called transgender.
What?
Yeah, you don't call them transfers. That's a new
they like
millennium now.
they like to be called trannies.
Anyway, he transferred, and so this was the first time he got to play against us. And there's a lot of I don't know, back and forth about it. I was curious. Are we going to cheer the guy when they introduce him? Once a shocker, always a shocker. Sit there and be silent, or boo his ass. And I took the high road. I wasn't going to cheer for him because Derek and I both know why he left.
Oh, he banged the coach's daughter.
I wasn't going to say it.
Why?
I just
You
wasn't.
think he listens?
Maybe. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Is that true?
Yes.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
She was sick.
Anyways, and overwhelmingly, I decided to stand silent. I had a lot of people with me that agreed. It was overwhelmingly boo his ass. The entire game. Every time he touched the ball, it was just a deafening boo from the crowd. I mean, and rightfully so. He kind of turned his back on us and left, and now he was the leading scorer for
Well, it doesn't sound
Oklahoma.
like he was really given a choice.
Kind of, no.
That seems like it would have just made things worse if he
Yeah.
would have stayed. I mean, I've never fucked Greg Marshall's daughter
Oh,
yet.
shit. I
Oh,
don't
dude,
but-
you
dude.
don't know what you're missing.
I would
That's
like
so
to think
awful. God, that's awful. Damn.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know if it is or not.
It's not even-
Let me find out for
It-
myself. Let me fuck her.
it's actually not even true. That's actually not why he was kicked off. That's actually kind of a rumor.
So
a
then
myth.
why was he kicked off?
For fucking Greg Marshall.
No, sort of. No.
Or was it Penny Marshall? He fucked Penny Marshall.
Laverne and Shirley.
That is a rumor, and rumors have maybe some truth into them, but realistically, it was he couldn't get help getting his ass ripped. He just didn't handle it very well. He'd get his ass chewed, and Marshall kind of babied him. And Marshall even said whenever the kid left, he was just like, the one that I wasn't expecting the most was actually from Austin Reeves whenever he decided to leave. So he wasn't expecting it at all. So Greg didn't tell him to leave, and so that story may be bullshit. But a lot of people were commenting on the Facebook, so I'm glad you brought that part up. But a lot of people have heard that, and that very well may not be true.
Wonder if he butt fucked her.
Oh my God.
So you heard it here, folks. Greg Marshall
No.
is Penny Marshall's dad.
So, and any chance we have to interview him in the future is pretty much thrown out the window.
I think he knows it's not true, that he's not really Penny Marshall's dad.
Okay.
She would be 40 years older than him.
Well,
And dead.
long story
Is she
short,
dead?
I'm pretty sure she died.
Wichita State kicked the shit out of him. I mean, it ended up being a late run in the game. It was so much fun to watch.
Why did they kick the shit out of Penny Marshall?
They didn't. Greg Sherfield had 14 points, Eric Stevenson 16 points, and Trey Wade had 11.
What about Auntie M? How many did she have?
Tyson Etienne, I think he scored like 8.
Okay.
But
Auntie M.
Etienne. It's
Auntie M, the bitch from
Does he
Wizard of Oz.
distribute money?
E.T., huh?
Does he distribute money?
ATM.
Put my card in there?
No.
Is he into ass to mouth?
Maybe.
Oh.
ATM?
Got them high-speed DSLs?
I don't fucking know. But
She is.
That's what I'm going to call him now. Fuck Annie M. Now he's ass to mouth. That's what I'm going to call him from now on.
Reeves was held to only 13 points. He scored a majority of his fucking points in the last, I want to say, minute of the game, just coming down and throwing up threes. And he made, I think, either 2 of them or 3 of them, and he only scored 13 points the entire game. Jamarius Burton shut him down.
How many did you
and
score, Scotty?
0.
So,
But I was into it,
he
man.
only scored 13. Well, that's a lot more than you did.
I was so pumped whenever
So was
we,
Marshall's daughter. Hey-o.
when we left, I really don't like that
Come on.
joke. So after we left, I was so excited that that's a huge win. Now we're in the conversation for being in the top 25.
That's their second Big 12 team, right?
That is the second in a row. They did lose to West Virginia in the preseason tournament.
That's
but
their only loss.
that is their only loss. And then they ended up beating Oklahoma State.
They had them beat, didn't they? West Virginia. I mean,
it was kind of a rough one they had to try and come back from, but they shot like shit. They shot like low 30s, high 20s that entire game. However, I was so excited that I let myself get a little out of control at Vorshay's and had too much to drink and had to have my wife drive me home.
Oh, that's what I like to call Thursday.
yeah, that's
we don't have Thursday anymore.
We've all known you have a problem,
Oh,
Scotty.
yes, sir.
We've been saying it for a while now.
Yeah. So I
Drink
am
out of a shaving cup.
Yeah. So I am on a minimum intake for the next couple of weeks.
Unlike Marshall's daughter.
Oh! Boom!
God, we're so fucked. Anyway, next game they have coming up, Wichita State plays VCU this Saturday, who just broke the top 25 in the coaches poll.
Talking Virginia Commonwealth?
Virginia Commonwealth.
What's their mascot?
The Rams.
The Rams.
That's right.
That's what happens to Marshall's daughter.
Hey-o! Jesus Christ.
That should just be the show from now on. just these stupid one-liners, you fucking hack one-liners.
Anyways, I also heard that that the Illini played some good basketball this week.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually beat Michigan.
Yeah,
They
They're
should have
no
had
joke this year.
They should have had 2 top 10 wins in a week.
back to back.
And they didn't because
They
they
blew
pissed
it.
that one away
Yep.
at Maryland. But that was a pretty convincing win against Michigan. Granted, Michigan slipped a little now because now they're 15th, I think, is what they're ranked.
They dropped pretty
They dropped real well. They shot in there out of nowhere.
Yeah,
they were unranked.
They were unranked. Then they went to their tournament, won their tournament, and they did. I think they beat 2 top
5 teams.
I was gonna say
wasn't it?
either 10 or top 5 teams.
Yeah.
And then they come out of the weekend, starts Monday, and they're the number 4 ranked team in the country.
Yeah.
So
Then they drop one to Illinois, and
yeah,
they're like, well, you're going back 11 spots.
exactly. Like Illinois is not very good.
They lost to somebody else, too. I can't
I
remember
can't
who it was.
remember who it was, but
But yeah, Illinois had Maryland on the ropes that whole game.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and they blew it.
but I don't understand. You watch Illinois play, and I mean they were getting smoked by fucking Miami 2 weeks ago, bad.
Yeah.
And they were down at home. They were down like 25 in the first half at one point,
Yeah.
and they ended up losing by 2. But still, those are if they pull that game out and they win the Maryland game, now they've only got 1 loss and they're in the top 20.
Yeah. How about you and your K-State Wildcats there, Mr. Jeremy?
K-State keeps missing out on these opportunities for resume builders. They're not losing their games by much, but 5-6 points. They played Mississippi State. I think they lost by 6 points. But it was some kind of a special event being held in New York City, to which at least the announcers brought some joy by continuing to point out that they are but 8 blocks away from ground zero of 9/11.
Nice.
They really, really drove that home real hard. The whole fucking game. Just any time that anything that you could feel good about, they had to bring up 9/11 and the World Trade Centers. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, I'm looking right now at the top 25 for the college basketball rankings, and I do not like that number 1 seed.
It's not a seed; it's just a ranking.
It's early.
Yeah, I know it's early. I had somebody tell me,
If they lose 15 in a row, they'll be back down to like number 8 in a row.
I was
right?
getting number 8. Yeah, I had a guy tell me today that if they stay healthy, they will only lose 1 game all year. I laughed at him. Mm-hmm. I mean, I did. You're in the Big 12. It's a decent conference. You will lose games. I'm not saying you're going to lose a shitload and you're not going to win the Big 12, but you need to be realistic. In basketball especially, you're going to lose games in a conference like that. Gonzaga is number 2.
Why do they continue to keep being put up there? They're not.
4.
belong up there.
For what it's worth, they did beat Washington, who was a top 25 team at the time, and they did also beat Arizona, who was a top 20 team at the time, top 15 team at the time. Now they play North Carolina Wednesday night, and North Carolina, after their 2 huge losses against unranked opponents, they are now out of the top 25. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens when. Now granted, I believe
This is all who Gonzaga plays.
Yeah, this is
they're
Gonzaga.
scheduling tough.
They're trying to.
Yeah.
But the thing is when you get into conference play, St. Mary's ain't what they used to be. They're just not, and so it's a run through.
Yeah, but at least they're non-conference. They're trying to schedule tough teams.
Sure, and I think that comes with their reputation. But going up against teams like Detroit and Eastern,
Be careful. There's 8 Mile in Detroit.
I know.
Is Oakland in that conference?
I'm not
University
sure.
of Oakland?
Eastern Washington's in that conference.
Oakland usually has a pretty tough
Portland,
basketball team.
Pepperdine.
Pepperdine used to be. They got a good
Pacific.
baseball program, if I recall right.
Yeah, and then St. Mary's. So it's just not a good conference, and I just
They're
don't.
the Waves.
Yeah.
Pepperdine. Mm-hmm. That's
Awesome stuff.
That's a great mascot. The Waves.
Yeah.
They can do that the whole time, too, all around. The whole crowd can get into
Boy,
it.
that's a lot of fun too. Having to stand up unnecessarily,
Yeah.
sporadically, then sit right back down.
Right. But yeah, so I mean, just from looking at the top 25, I can see that team I would probably not have as the number 2. I like Louisville. Duke is up there in number 4. Ohio State, Kentucky, Maryland, Oregon, Virginia, Baylor.
There's just been a lot of unexpected losses from top 10 teams this year.
And that's actually what I was trying to get to is do you think that the top tier NCAA basketball teams...
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that, yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Do you
Next question.
Do you think that the talent
Yep.
and the separation between the top tier teams and the middle tier teams, I think, has gotten closer?
I don't know that it's so much. I think on a raw talent level, probably not. I think it's you're getting a lot of these top tier teams have a lot of one and dones, so you're starting a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and so I think they take a month or two maybe to get
In the
heated
swing
up.
of things. Okay, that's fair.
It's a lot of
More
ego.
than fair, Scotty. It's goddamn generous, is what it is.
It's a lot of ego, too, because a lot of these guys have been the best player on their high school team for the last 4 years.
Yeah, and they come
And
into-
probably were the best player on their middle school team and their summer league teams, and now they got to come in, and maybe they're not the best player, or everybody thinks they're the best on the team, and that's a very, very much a team sport.
Yeah.
So
So that's what KU goes through every single year.
They still putting 5 on a team?
Yeah.
All right.
depends.
Well, yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. I think actually
Nobody knew what to do with that, and
No.
quite frankly, neither did I.
I actually think that it is. I think it's getting a little bit closer as far as talent goes, and the way that coaches are staying in certain places. Like it took a year, but Wichita State went from just a piss poor garbage team, and then they go to the NIT, go to the Final Four in the NIT, and now they have an opportunity to possibly be a team that goes to the Sweet 16 or even farther this year. Just by the way that they've been playing. They've been shooting, sharing the ball, playing great defense, rebounding better since the West Virginia game, because they got out-rebounded by double digits in that game. But I think that the
has
talent
UConn left the conference yet?
No.
Or are they still in it?
No, this is the last year that
Last
they're
year?
in.
I was going to say, that's going to
Not change the
hurt
fucking
them.
thing.
That's gonna hurt Wichita State in the future as far as their resume.
Oh, no, I disagree.
UConn's been bad.
They've been bad in that conference for the last couple of years.
Not in women's.
No, not in women's. That's very true.
That's what I was talking about. What have we been talking about?
I don't know, but last week you said that Marquette had gone to the Final Four and national championship in however long, and I looked it up. It was in the 70s.
I'm old, all right?
All right, yeah.
Sometimes I get confused, Scotty.
Okay, all right. Just making sure we're clearing that up. But
I fucked Penny Marshall.
oh,
We just
God.
talked about that earlier.
That's horrible.
It was at that fucking brewery in
get
Milwaukee.
sued. Anyway,
She's dead.
okay.
You didn't know that?
No.
Everybody knew that, Scotty.
Okay, whatever.
They're going to make it after all, I think.
Okay.
Lenny and Squiggy watched us.
I really don't want to spend a whole hell of a lot of time on college football
of-
because
Hang on. Did you know that the guy who played Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley is now a talent scout for the LA Dodgers.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
The other guy's
Does he still go by Squiggy?
I hope so.
That should be. He should.
I hope so.
That'd be a badass business card.
Yeah. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on baseball because we are in the dead heart of the off season. It's December, and we're talking signings.
That's
the
the boys
biggest
this
part
summer.
of the off season, though. You just had the winter meetings.
Yeah, that's true. We did have winter meetings. We got to see some cool pictures from that. I don't know if you follow the Wind Surge on Facebook, but they had some pictures about that. We had some big signings just right after we got done with the show. I think less than a couple hours later, Garrett Cole signs with the Yankees.
Yep.
Well, do you remember what the contract was?
$320, I think.
$324.
Yeah.
Something like that. To the Yankees, and it was for like
9 years? Or?
Yeah, 8 or 9 years.
It still probably won't help him win a World Series either.
I hope not.
It's a great contract for the first 3-4 years of that career, and if they front loaded the fuck out of it, that's smart. But it's that's what I would do because then you have a better chance to flip him in the back end. Yeah,
Well,
but I think he's probably got a full no trade. I bet he's got a full no trade.
He's got a full no trade. He can opt out after 5 if he's just kicking ass. And
I don't think that'll happen.
I
after
don't either.
5.
He's getting toward. He's past the halfway point of his career, isn't he? I think
He's 30. Is he 30?
32.
30. I thought
Yeah,
he was 30
so
or
he's-
31.
I mean, it's going to start kicking out. It's a 10-year contract, if I recall right. And
I don't think it's that many. I wanted to say it was like 8 or 9.
but he can opt out after 5, which works in his favor
He's
in
29.
every way.
Jesus Christ, he's a little bit younger than I thought.
But still, probably on the back 9 of his career. I mean,
Yeah, and you're going to I know the Yankees are the Yankees. They've won more World Series than everybody else,
been a while.
but it's been a minute.
For some reason, there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't with that team that they've assembled.
Yeah,
And they always have a team of superstars. Of course, they had a hard time staying healthy, but I mean, they navigated the regular season this year
9.
like it was nothing.
9-year contract,
9 years.
$324 million.
So he'll be 38 when it's over.
So if we were playing
38,
Price
39.
is Right rules, you would have won because I went over.
And I went under.
Right.
I said 9.
Oh,
I should have went $1.
okay. Well, whatever.
I would have won $100 from Drew Carey.
Good for you. Rendon goes to the
Reach
Angels.
in that pocket.
Yeah, Rendon goes to the Angels.
Yep.
We actually kind of called that. It was either going to be the Dodgers or the Angels, and he decided to go to the Angels. So
How good's the middle of that lineup going to be now? You got
Rendon
Rendon
and Trout.
Oh fuck.
yeah. And then Albert Pujols
could
is on his
be-
way out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised then if they put Trout batting 4th, if they put Rendon in front of him.
Third, yeah.
I mean, Trout, we could be looking at 50 or more home runs this year.
Well, I tell
That's
you
a
what.
lot of protection in front of him.
I tell you what. Do you do that? Because no matter what, you want your best hitter hitting 3-hole. You want a guy that strikes out a lot and hits a lot
Yeah,
of
but-
bombs to hit 4th.
Well, and Trout can do that, and he'll be getting a lot better pitches.
I don't think he strikes out as much.
I think they should hit Trout in 9th.
No.
Sure,
Yeah.
bring up that speed, get him in front of the leadoff guy, have that guy bunt him over.
Gotcha.
Small ball. We like small ball.
No, I don't know. I think you actually put Rendon 2 and then Trout 3, Pujols 4.
I used to lead off with a lot of sack flies.
Yeah, good stuff. All right.
But no, either way, that just adds a lot of pop to that lineup.
Oh yeah,
One of them is going to be protection for the other.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what his WAR is for Rendon, but I'm guessing it's probably 6.
Yeah.
So
Bumgardner goes to the D-backs. That happened, I think, earlier this week.
that didn't make sense to me.
Something about the way you said that sounded dirty.
What?
Bumgarner goes to the D-backs.
He's a bum. He's a fucking bum.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, just a lot of that sounded like cliches for dirty words, and none of it was.
No.
But just the way you spit it out of your mouth with it hate
just-
and vile. What's with all the hate?
I
It's
don't
Christmas
know.
time, Scotty.
I know.
Be like one of your nice Jewish friends.
Okay, fair.
That contract, that move doesn't make a lot of sense to me because they just got rid of Greinke. They traded Greinke,
Right.
who was an aging pitcher and was making a lot of money, and then they just go out and they sign Bumgarner, who's an aging pitcher. His ERA was almost 4 this year.
Yeah.
And they're paying him like $17 million a year.
And
It makes no sense to me.
He sells tickets. That's the
Probably.
only thing I can Figure.
Yeah. And I know Clayton Kershaw gets rocked in the playoffs, but doesn't Bumgarner kind of get rocked in the playoffs?
No, he was
No,
unhittable.
That's right. It's the exact opposite. Gotcha. And then my Cardinals signed, I'm not going to pronounce this name correctly. Kwang Hyun Kim.
Damn, that was good. He was 6.3 WAR.
Nice. Attaboy.
Damn.
He goes to St. Louis.
Closest without going over.
Great.
No $100 for you though.
No.
Not this time.
No. But yeah, I think he's been playing in the Japanese leagues, but I want to say he's Korean because he's a Kim.
What's
He's a Kim
the
at the
name
end.
on that?
God damn it. Kwang Hyun Kim.
How do you spell it?
That's pronounced Ding Dong Ding Wong.
No, it's not.
His wife is Japanese. He knows.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, she knows all the Koreans.
All right. Oh, yeah. But anyways, that's all I got for baseball, unless you guys got anything else for baseball at all.
No.
Because that's pretty much it.
No. Cubs aren't spending any money. That's
Yeah.
all I know.
That's good.
Yeah.
That means you guys can,
Oh,
yeah,
we're going to keep progressing.
progressing, not
Regressing.
Get back,
regressing.
get back to
Gotcha.
the old ways.
Gotcha. And again, not going to spend a whole lot of time in college football. However, Friday is your first.
Who gives a shit bowl?
That's correct.
Brought to you by Cheetos.
What is it? It's usually Music City Bowl. That's usually the first one?
It's the Preparation H Bowl.
Nice.
Just kidding. It's the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl, Buffalo and Charlotte. Yay.
Dude, that's fucking who's that of college football right there.
Jesus.
I didn't know either one of those places were schools, let alone had football teams.
Correct, Mundo.
Buffalo and Charlotte.
Yeah. The real
Is it
games.
the Hornets? Please tell me it's the Hornets.
No,
And
I
the
believe-
Bills.
I believe
It's
it's
the
the
Hornets and the
49ers.
It's the Buffalo Bill that puts the lotion in the basket.
And tucks his dick in between his legs. No, I like we have no real decent football games until let's see, I want to say it's like the 23rd or 24th. Yeah, Hawaii BYU is like the 24th, so Christmas Eve, and then there are no bowl games.
What's
on
that, the
Christmas.
Aloha Bowl?
That is the Sophie Hawaii Bowl. SoFi. Good job, Jeremy. Thanks for having you.
What? It's the SoFi what?
Hawaii Bowl.
It used to be the Aloha Bowl.
No, that's not anymore. Walk-Ons Independence Bowl, the Quick Lane Bowl. All right, we're getting a little crazy over here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of those that, I mean, you got your big four.
Yeah.
The rose, the
Orange.
orange, the
Green,
Fiesta,
cotton.
and the cotton. Well, the cotton. What? That was kind of the next one down. It was the rose, sugar.
Sugar Bowl, yeah.
Those were the BCS bowls, and then the Cotton Bowl, which should have been up there with those because I mean it's determined national champions before.
And the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
Yes, that one certainly has. That was one of the 4 BCS bowls. But then you got the Peach Bowl, the Gator Bowl. I mean, but they always all used to be played on New Year's Day, and I love that.
I did too. It was great.
I don't know what the fuck is happening. They should all be named after a commodity of some sort, either a
The
fruit
coffee bowl.
or a copper bowl. That was the K-State's first bowl win, the Weiser Lock Copper Bowl.
Why not the General Mills Cereal Bowl? That's what I want to know.
There might be.
There should be.
Check and see if there is one.
It is. No.
Kellogg's
What
Bowl.
if it's brought to you by General Mills?
All right. So, moving on to the actual sport that we give the most shit about.
Cornhole.
Cornhole, baby. Me and Jeremy, as Derek goes out of town, we're going to be doing the
I
Wichita
am not
Classic.
putting it in your cornhole, no matter how many times you ask me to.
That's not what you told my sister.
Yes, she's not on the team though.
She's
the cheerleader.
Her cornhole is so blasted. She has the 9/11 of cornholes.
Could you imagine
That
her
is-
doing a toe touch
no.
with those prosthetics?
Absolutely, I could.
That fucking peg leg would come flying off, hit somebody in the eye.
Well, she uses the crutches to get her legs way high up there.
And when she does it, she yells out, "Airmail!"
But anyways,
And when she says that, she's actually fucking the mailman. So,
football,
anyways.
the NFL football, we got rid of week 15. And we had a couple of pretty interesting things happening. Baltimore ended up taking it to the Jets. Nobody was surprised there. I was surprised that they didn't take out
And I told you they
You
cover
told
the
me
spread.
you told me they covered the damn spread, but that's also because they left Lamar Jackson in the game pretty much the whole time.
That was a 16-point spread, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's in the NFL. That is fucking ridiculous.
I know. I was thinking
And
after two
I-
touchdowns they'd pull them, and they didn't.
And it's still,
Assholes.
I thought it was a sucker bet. That I thought for sure they were going to cover that.
I know.
Baltimore, not the Jets. I
I took the Jets. To
didn't
cover.
think it was going to be anywhere near that close.
Yeah,
Me neither. And I was correct.
you were correct. Kansas City.
Actually, Scotty, if I remember right, I have to throw you off the balcony of Vorshay's now.
Okay,
We discussed this.
that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. Kansas City ends up beating
Can I be
Denver.
there for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Are you going to throw them onto a cornhole board?
I might.
yeah.
That'll break your fall.
Just a little bit.
We'll put a beanbag on there to help soften the blow.
Awesome.
By that, he means his ball sack. Just rub it on there first.
I'm not going to be able
Just-
to get down there that fast after throwing them over.
No, beforehand, you just rub it on there just to add insult to injury. Not only am I giving you
Ooh,
severe
your face
injury,
landed where my balls just were.
Kansas City at Denver. How'd it go?
It went real good.
Yeah.
I mean, went exactly like I thought it would. Tyreek Hill went down again. Mm-hmm. Came out of the game early.
It's because I drafted him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you draft him first round?
Mm-hmm. Sure
Yeah.
did.
Nailed that one.
It's just kind of...
Was that before he was accused of beating his kid?
That was after.
Was it after?
Oh, yeah.
And then
Way
they
after.
okay, all right.
And
just making-
acquitted.
Okay.
But it's much more a case of just Denver sucks ass. I mean, they're just not good. They started their, I believe he's a rookie quarterback, which means Flacco has now been benched from 2 teams
Yeah.
for very young quarterbacks. A Super Bowl MVP quarterback whose agent insisted he was elite.
Yeah.
There's another one that was that way too. Nick Foles been benched by 2 teams.
Did he get benched again?
The Eagles and the Jaguars.
Really?
When Wentz came back.
Is Garner Minshew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
back starting.
He's starting. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
And Kyle Allen's benched now.
Who's starting for
Their
Carolina?
3rd rounder they picked this year. I forget his name. That's how important he is.
Goodness gracious. Wow.
But this kid that's starting for Denver actually went to school at Lee Summit High School in Kansas City. So,
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
or
That's right.
I guess from Lee Summit.
Didn't he go to Mizzou too? Isn't that where he went to college ball, I think.
He was born in Columbia. I don't
think
know.
he went to Mizzou.
Did he?
I think so.
For what
Okay.
it's worth, if you try to click on Drew Lock's stats on ESPN, it says page error.
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
he's not supposed to be here.
You want to know what's even better? When you Google Gifts for Dad, a book that pops up that says Ass Eating Made Simple comes up. That's true. I screenshotted it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Drew Lock ended up going 18 for 40, 208 yards and interception. Mahomes had a
Against
decent,
a real bad defense.
yeah, and Mahomes had an okay day.
He had an okay day. He
27
threw a
for
pick.
34 with an
is-
interception, two TDs, and 340 yards.
Travis
Pretty good day.
Kelce, however, had a fucking day.
11 receptions, 142 yards. Yeah, he did.
And a touchdown, wasn't it?
They don't-
that got called back.
No, it got called back. So kudos to the Chiefs. They
They have locked up the division, I believe.
have, and I think they're kind of rooting for. Yeah, they need.
They
New
can
England.
get into that second spot.
Yeah,
Because they got that head-to-head win against New England.
Right.
They're rooting for New England to win.
No, they're rooting for Buffalo to win.
They don't have a head-to-head win against Buffalo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you'd want the head-to-head, they'd have New England.
But then they'd still be in the 5th position.
If they had the same record,
Okay.
the Chiefs should get in there.
God, playoffs, the way they do these things in the NFL drives me nuts. New England ended up taking care of Cincinnati. Nobody's really surprised there.
Well, that's because they cheated and filmed their practice.
They filmed their practice,
Does
and
anybody believe that? It's Cincinnati.
I don't know.
They don't need a leg up on Cincinnati.
They showed the video, but I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
I actually, in this particular instance, I kind of believed their excuse that they said about it was they were filming some other promotional video or something, and it was contractors on it. It wasn't even Patriots personnel. I just can't see how they would have no need
I've heard the
to
video
cheat against
pretty damning.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I've heard the video is pretty damning, pretty bad.
Is it that one of Bob Kraft getting the blowjob?
No, not that one.
I don't know. At this point, and everybody says, "Oh God, the Patriots are cheating." You kind of automatically just assume it probably are.
They've done nothing to earn the benefit of the doubt.
Right,
that is very
exactly.
true.
That's my point.
It just seems like, in this case, and even if they were, what does it matter? Nothing ever gets resolved out of it. So just got to kind of fucking beat them.
Kind of just have to go and get over it. Tampa Bay ends up beating Detroit. Nobody cares. Green Bay and Chicago. Derek?
Fuck off.
I just wanted to bring it up.
We lost to the refs.
You lost to the refs?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you lost to the refs.
Bullshit.
I think
there was a fair catch that was not signaled for, and it was on the first punt of the game by the Bears, and Cordero Patterson got there in perfect fucking timing and hit the guy, caused a fumble, and he got flagged for it because they said the guy from Green Bay signaled for fair catch, which he never did. He
Sounds
did
like
not
an unfair catch
He
to
did
me.
not get there before the ball got there. He'd caught the ball and laid the hit down perfectly, and it fucking got called for a penalty, and it was a 15-yard penalty. So then all of a sudden, Green Bay gets the ball on Chicago's 35 instead of fumbling it on the 45.
Okay.
So that led to 7 points.
And that was the one play?
That was the first play we lost to the refs. And there was another play where same guy, Cordero Patterson, caught a ball would have made it 1st and goal, and they called him out of bounds, and Matt Nagy's stupid fucking ass didn't challenge it. And, so that was 14 points off the board possibly, and it gave it was a 7-point swing, well, at least a 10-point swing.
Yeah.
I'm sensing some bitterness.
I am fucking very bitter. I'm tired of him sucking Aaron Rodgers' dick
I like
all the
to-
goddamn time.
I like to think that the bitterness mostly comes from the fact that Scotty didn't get you a calendar.
We can make arrangements for that. Aaron Rodgers did not have a great game. 16 for 33, 203 yards and a touchdown. Trubisky, 29 of 53, 334 yards, a touchdown, but 2 interceptions.
One of them was on a Hail Mary at the end of the first half.
Okay,
so you
fine.
can't use that one.
Can't call that one.
Did you see what I posted on our page?
Absolutely, because he overthrew his wide receiver. Not only overthrew him, but he threw it to the right of him by like 10 yards.
Yeah, one guy was like, I'd comment on a couple Bears pages with that too.
He had a first down.
That were defending him. And they go, well, maybe his receiver just misran the route. And I'm like, was the route supposed to be fucking 10 yards out of bounds? Is that where he's supposed to fucking stop?
Yeah.
Because there was no pressure on Trubisky. He just sailed that fucking throw.
Had the defender tackled him, he would have been fine because that was uncatchable.
Yeah.
No matter who you were.
Yeah, he could have laid his ass out right there on the sideline.
If you weren't a hot dog vendor in the 4th row,
Yeah, that's true.
that's...
He did. He sailed the shit out of that one.
And they didn't even say shit about it. The announcers were like, incomplete.
Yeah.
Like, they're just used to it.
Yeah.
at this
I
point.
like to think that somebody went out there, Kevin Costner went out there and told him to hit the bull mascot.
Wait till this Sunday when they play the Chiefs in
Yeah.
Chicago, because all you're going to hear about is how bad Ryan Pace fucked that draft up. Because they're going to have Trubisky against the guy they should have drafted in Mahomes.
Yeah.
Or another guy they should have drafted in Watson. But
I really think time's going to tell on this one.
yeah,
I think
right.
Trubisky's going to wind up being the winner
yeah.
in the long run.
Yeah, he's going to be a millionaire and not have to work because he's going to be out of a job in 3
Right.
years.
Okay, now do you think this is enough?
No.
You
he
think
will be there next year.
Okay, so they're going to assign him to an extension.
No.
Okay.
So here's the deal. Next year he will be there. He's got 2 years left on his rookie deal.
Okay.
They can pick up his 5th-year option. If they pick up his 5th-year option, he has to make an average of what the top 10 quarterbacks in the league make. They should not do that. Next year is his 4th year. You make him prove it next year. If he succeeds next year, and then yes, extend him. If not, and they extend him, and he looks like he did this year, I'm a Chiefs fan, motherfuckers.
No, you're not.
I'm not going to watch that fucking asshole for 6 more years.
No.
And no fucking way will I watch him.
No.
He is Polish.
Does
Does that change your opinion?
That's why he got drafted to the Bears.
Yeah.
Because he's white. That's why. I'm telling you.
Well,
Old money, fucking old people fucking thinking,
I don't
backwards ass thinking.
I don't know. They
I
had
don't
Cordell
think so.
Stewart.
I don't think that old bitch wants a fucking black guy to be the face of the team. I'm just gonna say it. She'll have him at any other position, and I think that's why that Watson, which was the overall consensus #1 pick of that draft, and didn't get taken, and I think that's exactly why.
That's bad.
That's what I think happened.
That's
and
crazy.
it's fucking bullshit.
That's kind of Chicago. My favorite comedian in the world, Jimmy Pardo, is a Chicago guy, south side of Chicago. And every time he goes back, he says it's just the most horrible thing because anytime that he talks to anybody, he knows, yeah, you got your mom out of here just in time. They're coming, Jim. Jeez. Meaning black people are moving to the neighborhood.
Oh, God.
It is a racist fucking town. It really is.
Well,
That's
and
too
the
bad.
owner is like 95,
That's
which
awful.
doesn't help.
Oh, well, different time.
That's fucking awful.
So that's
I didn't know that.
I know we don't like to get into that, but that's exactly why I think Mitch Trubisky is a Bear and not Deshaun Watson or Mahomes.
That sucks.
Because they didn't even consult the quarterback coach when they drafted him, and the quarterback coach is still there. Ragone.
Well, I hope for what it's worth. I hope they get rid of Pace, and I hope they get rid of Nagy.
They won't get rid of Nagy because he's on a 5-year deal. So next year will be year 3. I would like them to fire Nagy and pick up Ron Rivera and let Ron Rivera coach.
Okay,
I bet
cool.
you they'll fire him just because the name Nagy sounds a little.
That's bad. That's bad. God damn it. Racism
We
still
were
in the
all
world.
thinking it.
That's horrible. All right. A big game for Houston over Tennessee. So now they're in the driver's seat of
That
that.
was probably the most important game of the week.
Tennessee
as
had
far
a
as
shot.
They did.
determining.
They did. But
And I think they get him. They got him one more time yet this year.
they do.
And I think they get him.
Philadelphia ends up beating Washington. So now, guess what? You
Washington
have
is officially eliminated from the playoffs.
no kidding that, and
They had a chance last week to still make the playoffs.
I
Are they
understand
officially
that.
eliminated
I
now?
believe so. Yes, but you now have the game this coming week. It is the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Dallas Cowboys in Philly.
The fact that up until this week the Washington Redskins were still in the playoff hunt is the most NFC East thing I've ever heard. That is just so indicative of that entire division this year. Because they've had what
They were
3-4?
They were eliminated. They're 3-11 now, but they were practically eliminated. Mathematically, not quite yet. When going into this game,
It was 14 weeks in with 3 wins.
it's because this is the worst division.
Yes, that's
in
what I'm
football.
saying. That is the most NFC East thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but the Dallas Cowboys ended up beating the Rams at home, beating them soundly. I got to give them credit where credit is due. Dak Prescott decided not to throw to Michael Gallup. Fuck you. That's the only guy I really wanted to score any touchdowns or any points. But yeah, thanks for that.
You should write him
Amari
an email.
Cooper. Amari Cooper didn't even
Sternly
score.
worded.
Huh?
You should write him a sternly worded
I
email.
can't stand Dak Prescott. I don't like. I really don't. I don't mind Ezekiel Elliott. I
I'd
just
take
don't
him in
like
Chicago.
Dak. Huh?
I'd take him in Chicago.
You can have him.
They won't. They won't.
Yeah, they won't, but I'd love to have him.
That's so awful. That's so freaking awful. But no, I got to give them credit where credit is due. They beat their first team that had a winning record. Good for you. Derek thinks it's a team coming off of a Super Bowl appearance, and so they're going to be bad, which is the Rams. Mm-hmm. So maybe they didn't beat that great of a team.
I don't think Rams make playoffs.
No,
No way.
the Rams have gone so severely downhill.
It
This-
depends on
just
what
all
Jared
year.
Goff decides to show up.
The one that's played this year.
Yeah.
That's the one that's probably going to show up, and they're just bad.
Yeah, true. But yeah, so who you got? Who you got this week?
I hope the Vikings win out. I know that.
Well, I do. I hope that as well.
Then the Packers are in a wild card spot. They don't get a fucking first round bye.
Right, but who do you have in the game this week between Dallas and at Philadelphia?
I still think there's too much talent on Dallas's side, on Dallas's team to be fucking.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
There's way
Philadelphia
too
has
much.
just beat the hell out.
There is no fucking way that this team should have the record that they have with as much talent that they have on this team.
So I mean,
They
I
have
can't
the-
pick against Dallas.
They have the number one defensive line, let alone the number one offensive line. And then they have
the number one running back, arguably.
They have the number one statistically. Now, granted, statistically the best offense in the NFL, or one of the best offenses, depending on how you want to rate them and blah, blah, blah. But they also have played the most candy cane fucking schedule out of every single team in the NFL. And
lost to the Jets.
lost to the Jets. So the talent's there. This is a Jason Garrett thing. And I I'm tired of watching the guy coach. I don't necessarily feel bad.
How
for
shitty
him,
would it be if they make it to like the NFC Championship game
and they fucking hire him back?
and they lose, but they hire him back because he got into the NFC Championship?
Yep.
I almost think if you're a Dallas fan, you either don't want to make the playoffs or you want to get bounced first round for that reason. You don't want to risk Garrett getting an extension.
Yeah, I agree. But me and Jeremy are over here rooting for him.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I don't think we can.
With every fiber of my being, I want Philadelphia to win this game. Because that's pretty well the division, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game.
Yeah, for the most part.
Because there's one more game left, right?
Yeah, but both of them play, again, cupcake teams.
That don't mean anything.
You got...
Yeah, the Eagles lost to the Dolphins.
True.
Yeah, Cowboys lost to the Jets.
But that's Ryan Fitzpatrick, man. You never know with that guy. He's magic.
Okay, sure.
Oh, it's magic. That guy.
Can't make that fucking
Wow.
weird disappear. Not only...
What the fuck was that?
I know what you were going for.
Trying.
Oh my god.
You weren't even on the right melody, let alone
No, I wasn't.
wrong pitch,
I wasn't.
everything. I mean,
I was a lead singer for a while, too.
You got... for who?
I was in a rock
Black Eyed Peas.
No.
He was Fergie.
I was in a rock and roll band when I was in high school.
That was not rock and roll, Scott.
No, it wasn't. These
No,
mics
that's
are not...
1960s bubblegum pop.
Yeah,
And
I know.
you somehow made Jim Morrison look talented.
Oh, no, he's awful.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways,
Anyway, did I throw you off your train of thought, though? I sure lightened up this motherfucking podcast.
If
you
we can just
depressing
move
pieces
on
of
to
shit.
I kind of
anything.
want to leave now.
I'd like to get back to K-State and 9/11.
Yeah. A more
Just
happy,
anything
a more
to get
cheerful subject.
Okay.
That out of my brain.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of 9/11, no encores, Scotty.
I
No
promise.
encores.
I promise I won't do it again. But yeah, I also have the Dallas Cowboys beating Philadelphia and going to the playoffs and getting bounced out of the first round. The other game I wanted to talk about was Atlanta beating San Francisco.
Okay.
That messes with the playoffs.
It sure does.
That
And it
puts
really-
Seattle in the driver's seat now, doesn't it?
yeah, Seattle is, I believe they're actually the number 1 or number 2 ranked team or seeded teams in the playoffs.
If you're an Atlanta,
Numero uno.
If you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, how pissed off are you knowing these guys can do good
Yeah.
and they just won't?
Yeah.
It's almost like they just won't try most of the time. But when they do really well.
Yeah. The NFC side of the playoff picture is Seattle 11-3, Green Bay 11-3, New Orleans 11-3, San Francisco's the number 5 team at 11-3, and the Minnesota's 10-4. And then you've got the Cowboys as a number 4 seed
Let's
at
go
7-7.
Vikings. Go Vikings. Skull.
Stupidest fucking thing in the world that the Cowboys are 7-7 and a 4 ranked team, or if they get the 4 seed. That's just the dumbest shit in the world. But in the AFC, you've got
They get the 3 seed, wouldn't they?
4.
Because you'd have the AFC or NFC North, NFC South. Okay, East and West. Yeah, okay, so yeah, before.
Yeah, there's 4 directions. I got a compass.
Jesus Christ.
Both moral and standard.
Correct. So yeah, but before we get to that, we want to go to the last game, last night, Monday Night Football. Obviously, okay, you can say Buffalo ends up beating Pittsburgh, great, but last night's game was we got to witness history. You got New Orleans playing at home in New Orleans against Indianapolis, and Drew Brees breaks the all-time touchdown record of all time. He passes Peyton Manning. So, who's your top 5 quarterbacks of all time at this point?
Oh, Jesus, we got to go 5?
We got to go 5.
Of all time?
All time.
All right, well, Mitch Trubisky's clearly number 1.
Yeah, that's every's consensus.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, Don Meredith.
Yeah? No, he's
linebacker.
He's linebacker.
Can we all say Tom Brady won?
Yes.
I say I vote Tom Brady won.
Okay.
Okay? Can you go with us on that?
I mean, by what category are we?
Overall quarterback.
Just overall
Overall
quarterbacks?
quarterback. Yeah, I don't care how many Super Bowls you win. Eli Manning has 2. He may not be in the playoff picture by his statistics that he has. So
I would probably put Breeze 2.
I actually also have Breeze 2.
3.
God damn it.
It's
Montana was just so
that
fucking
was
good.
that's
Three.
3. That's my 3.
Um,
You guys aren't gonna like who my 4 is though.
You won't
Sean
like mine either.
Salisbury.
Who?
Sean Salisbury.
Oh, they named a steak after that guy.
They should-
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
he was named after a steak. 'Cause that was actually going to be another flavor of Strike Force. Was the Salisbury steak flavor?
I have
Okay,
Marino
well-
at 4.
You would have Marino at 4?
What number are we on?
We're on 4.
Well, no, we got.
What were my top 2?
You had Brady at 1.
Brady. What did I go for 2?
Did you go with Breeze at 2?
I think you said Montana.
Yeah, I got to put Montana, and
Montana,
then I
too.
would go Breeze. 4, I would put Peyton Manning.
Okay.
I got Marino at 4.
You have Marino at 4? Mm-hmm. I've got Favre at 4.
Fuck you. He's dog shit.
Hey, man.
And I would put Elway at 5.
And see, I think I would probably take Manning at 5.
Manning could
Just-
never really win. He could never beat Brady.
True.
Once.
I know.
So that's why I
Even
can't.
though he never won a Super Bowl,
He won
he
one.
was one of the best passers of all time. I got to go Warrenman.
Yeah, Warren Moon will
Warren
go
Moon's
up
good.
there. That's a good one.
And then I was thinking Staubach was another one.
What about him?
Roger Staubach.
Guy makes coffee.
Yeah,
Forget about Sid Luckman.
right.
Sure.
So, anyways,
I already did.
there are a lot of games coming up this weekend. I don't necessarily want to go. Yeah, we might as well go ahead. There's a couple of big games. I'm not gonna say. Let's not do a knock of the week this week.
Okay.
Let's do just a couple of games that I want to highlight because who gives a shit at this point of our locks of the week? They're all going to be the cheesecake games anyway.
What's wrong with cheesecake? You don't like cheesecake?
I don't
Love
like
cheesecake.
I hate cheesecake.
Oh God.
Buffalo at New
I used
England.
to work at that factory.
I like blue
The
cheesecake.
fucking OSHA standards at that factory are. I mean, it
You
was,
got to eat off the floor.
You had to wear safety glasses and goggles at all times. That's a little ridiculous.
And one of those
Cheesecake.
like onesies made out of plastic.
Yeah. Well, mine
Hair
actually,
nets.
because I felt like a baby, I would oftentimes shit myself in there, which would then fog up the goggles.
Buffalo at New England. Who do you got?
I like Buffalo, I think, this game.
Do you?
Buffalo's rolling.
are
I'm
hot.
hoping Buffalo.
I'm also hoping Buffalo.
And New England's kind of getting exposed.
They
They're
are.
frauds.
They are. The offense is atrocious, and defense is what's helping them win games.
Cincinnati gave them fits for a while.
And I actually picked
After
Cincinnati to
cheating.
cover the spread, and it was just off. I was pissed.
God, I got to throw you with a balcony twice.
Twice. You get 2 times you get to throw me.
Who's going to lug your fucking ass back up there so I can throw
no
you?
shit, 'cause
Steve.
You're not gonna
Yeah,
be able.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to walk back up those
What's
stairs.
what's our nickname for Steve?
The Ginger Crush.
The Ginger Crush.
Yes.
Yep. He could carry me up the stairs for sure. The other game I wanted to look at, obviously Kansas City
He's
at
not
Chicago.
going to sling you over his shoulder, though. I like to think it's,
He's going to caveman your ass up the stairs, just
Oh.
drag you by the
Yeah,
hair.
I'll just drag
Oh,
you
no,
by the ankle.
I like to think it's going to be, carrying the bride over the threshold style.
Hitting my head on like the walls on all the way up there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
Maybe
yes,
it'll be
that
like,
too.
Maybe it'll be like Macho Man Miss Elizabeth style, where he puts her on his shoulder. And
He's not going to be able to hold his own weight up. He's not going to be able to sit upright. He's just been thrown off a balcony onto a cornhole board.
Kansas City at Chicago, Derek. Who do you think pulls this one out?
fucking Kansas City.
Yeah, I think so too. But do you think that they pass?
57
The ball?
times?
Yes.
57 times. I think Chicago will pass 57 times.
Okay, fair
and
they'll
complete
run
at
it.
least 6 of them.
They'll run it twice because we got to balance it out. You got to balance the run-pass game. So I think 2 runs, 57 passes.
that question wasn't going to make any sense anyway. The other game I wanted to look at was
That's an offense Kansas City's defense might be able to keep up with.
New Orleans at Tennessee.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans by 2.5 is a spread, by the way.
I would take New Orleans, and I would.
It's at Tennessee?
It's at Tennessee.
Oh, God.
Still like New Orleans.
Tannehill versus Breeze.
Has New Orleans already sewn up that South?
I don't
God
believe
damn,
so.
are you smoking invisible pot, Scotty? What the fuck was that?
I had a burp and I didn't want to make it too loud.
What's the NFC South look
He
like?
swallowed a
I'm
butterfly.
pulling it up. God damn it. I don't
Because
believe
if New Orleans doesn't have much to play for,
They got the number 1 seed to play for. They got a home field advantage and a bye.
Yeah, I mean, they
All those
want
top
to
teams,
win.
all those teams in the
Are
NFC,
all the same.
except
They all
for
have
Dallas.
the same. Yeah, all the NFC teams except for Dallas have the same record
So
basically.
they all have something to play for, except for Dallas.
Yeah, probably New England or New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Nope, New England wins this one. They're going to come in.
and cheat.
They're going to come in and swoop in. They're going to cash in their money in the bank
Yep.
in the last minute.
Oh my God, he broke him in half.
So, and then my last one is the Monday night game that I wanted to talk about. Green Bay at
Boo.
Minnesota.
Go Vikings.
I'm going for the Vikings too.
I think so too.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're a good team.
Way to go, Dalvin Cook, for going down. I really needed you, but I hope he does well this
Nobody
game.
gives a fuck about your fantasy football team.
That's all I got to talk about.
If it keeps that nightmare of a hoodie off of you, I'm all for him.
And we don't have to hear him fucking brag
Oh
about how
Jesus!
he
Could you
won.
imagine if he did?
Oh,
Oh my God, that would be.
should've
I would
won.
quit this podcast.
I
Honestly,
already fucking kissed Jared on the cheek for that. That was
I
great.
should have fucking won, you assholes. All right, moving on. So this is a part of the part of the show where we have a particular situation that we really don't like, and we have to pick one or the other. We call this one
how would you describe it, Scotty?
our shitty situation of the week. Okay, everybody, welcome back. We are going to do our shitty situation of the day.
Would you rather have a paper cut on your pee hole?
We need to address that. Okay, so there was a poll that went out on our
And
Facebook
seal
page.
it with a kiss.
Oh God! So we had another member of the Unfiltered Sportscast, i.e., Ginger Crush himself, decided to make a poll on our Facebook page of what would you rather have? What was that? It was tear open your scrotum during a rugby game and play through it, or
Have your ex-girlfriend give you a paper
cut
cut on your pee hole. Yeah.
and the play through a tear in your scrotum won by a lot.
Yeah.
And it was quite impressive.
Could be worse.
Yeah, you don't
Could
have
be
to.
worse.
You don't have to piss salty acid out of your scrotum. You can just sew it back up and be done with it.
Yes, correct. As opposed to trying to super glue your pee hole so it doesn't, because you have to pee through that.
I'd like to think that it's kind of like Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try.
What a funny joke to play on somebody while they're asleep. Super glue their pee hole shut. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
You seen me, myself, and Irene when he wakes up in the morning and he just starts pissing on the freaking side of
Yeah.
the shower?
Why?
That's what would happen.
God, that's so
I
frustrating.
don't know. It depends. If you use Gorilla Glue, Gorilla Glue is pretty tough. It might
Sure is.
not do that. You might fucking just end up backing up and shooting at your ass or something. I don't know.
No, that's awful. Okay, so today's shitty situation,
Is
though.
that why girls sit down to pee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what's happened to them?
basically
Somebody
what
glued their dick hole shut?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what's happening?
I'm so sorry. That was actually something
Please
we
silence
were
your cell phones. Mitch, edit that out.
Can you edit that out?
Mitch, kill Scotty, please.
I didn't even touch
That's an
anything.
epic fail.
I forgot Mitch was over there.
Yeah.
God.
He's been over there
How do
as we were giving him shit the entire
What's
time.
weird is he's beat off twice.
And he beat on once.
Yeah.
And we just haven't paid him any attention.
Yeah, and that's okay. We just keep making
Sure
fun of
did.
him.
It's weird when he beats on because he
Yeah.
actually sucks it back up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's like his dick with a coke habit.
It's like he's snorting tapioca pudding to
Yeah.
it. It's
Oh, God. All right, so this week's shitty situation
doesn't taste like tapioca.
is in the celebration of the end of this year, the beginning of next year, or the middle of next year, is going to be the Olympics, the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. So
I'm already counting down the days till they're over, guys. It's me too. Let me tell you something though. The nice thing about it, because we're gonna have to get the whole crew again together. Because every fourth year, I like to do a fantasy pole vault league. So we're gonna have our draft.
who are you picking?
and,
Who are you picking first pick there, Jeremy?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I haven't heard the projections yet. I mean, we're still a year away.
You got to get
Come
your
on,
fantasy
Scotty.
pole vaulting magazines
Yeah,
first.
that's
Sure.
right.
Get my draft kit and
The funny thing about the Olympics, I was telling you earlier, I like to root against the United States in the Olympics. I root
Why?
against, I root against, or I root for all the other countries.
for the fact that we're participating in canceling my favorite shows.
Well, there's that, and there's also the fact that like nobody gives a shit about swimming for 3 years, 11 months, and 1 week, and then for like 3 weeks they're like, "Fucking yeah! Did you see what Michael Phelps did?" No, I don't care. I didn't give a shit about swimming before unless I was thrown over a boat in the middle of the fucking ocean. Then I care about swimming. But other than that, no. Way to go! You do it quick. Good for you. Have a cookie.
Good job. You fell in a pool.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, really do enjoy the Olympics, you jackasses.
Well, kill yourself.
Okay,
God
maybe.
damn. How is that possible?
I do. I just,
Really? Look at him.
I do. Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
Looks like a kind of guy that enjoys the Olympics.
He looks.
Apparently,
He
I look
looks like he
Jewish.
could be related to Michael.
Yeah, he looks
Phelps,
like
a
there
little-
could be like some really important and sporting event going on. He's like, "Hey, could you put that on figure skating?"
Okay,
appreciate that.
No, I can never. No.
I'm guessing
They're athletes, goddamn it!
and they're like, it's Summer Olympics, figure skating,
Yeah,
and sledding. I want to see him ride that sled face first.
it's winter somewhere. You know
Yeah.
how the hemisphere works on this flat Earth.
Yeah, I didn't say Olympic figure skating. Just put it on figure skating. It's somebody's figure skating somewhere.
I could cut out 5 minutes and I still haven't even said what the current shitty situation is.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah, they
Scotty,
do.
'cause
Yeah, they do.
I would rather get my scrotum torn open.
Okay.
I'd rather actually have the cut on my pee hole than watch the Olympics. Is that the shitty situation?
No.
Okay.
No. So the first.
Did anybody else think Michael Phelps was Fred's son?
No.
No? Okay.
No. Sure didn't.
I was sure hoping he was.
No. Shitty situation. Option A, the high dive belly flop.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that's the really high dive platform, 3 flips and belly flop, or the hurdles, the 100-meter hurdles, and you consistently keep on tripping over them embarrassingly and become last place in the race.
Okay.
Any distance, really.
Any
of
distance,
hurdles.
it doesn't matter.
That's difficult.
Yeah, because
'Cause-
it's pain or
Well-
embarrassment forever.
Well,
it's
first
the
off,
Olympics,
I don't know if I could make it 100 meters.
and you sure as shit couldn't jump over them.
No. But I've also experienced the high dive belly flop when I was a kid, and holy fuck did that
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe. Like,
Yeah.
I literally just like slugged my way over to the fucking edge of the pool and got out. And that's
Have
and
you
that's
ever-
off of one of the high, like not
Yeah.
the giant. That's just off
Yeah.
the public pool high dive.
Right.
Because we're poor and we go to those.
If you've ever gotten the wind knocked out of yourself, that's some scary shit. That is the closest I've ever been to like convinced I was gonna die, because it's what it feels like.
Yeah, it does. You can't breathe.
I think I'd take the hurdles.
You take the hurdles.
I would take the hurdles.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I guess I
if
could
for no
walk.
other reason, the embarrassment's coming anyway because you're in the fucking Olympics and you got to tell your family about that shit. Everybody's gonna know your dirty secret.
You don't really have to worry because not everyone's watching. So
You've taken the time to excel at a sport that nobody gives a fuck about.
it's in Beijing, so you fucking fucked up
No,
a
it's in
high dive.
Tokyo.
It's in same thing. They're all the same.
Boo!
No, but it's in Tokyo. I mean, what? Somebody's not going to be watching it at 3 a.m.
Maybe your Cardinals can get another fucking pitcher.
Beijing is actually is the Winter Olympics this year, or the next Winter Olympics.
Okay.
So
Didn't they
2022.
just have a Summer Olympics?
They had the Summer Olympics, yeah, and then now they're having the Winter
and
Olympics
that
in
stadium
2022.
is already falling apart.
Yeah,
They all do.
yeah, they just completely forget about them.
Yeah, the what was the one in
That was the China one from the, one
right
with the bird's nest.
But
and all
there's
that.
there's one, the Winter Olympics from '84.
Oh, God,
where
I
then
have no idea.
that country had like a big civil war uprising.
Oh, it was in
and it-
Chernobyl.
No,
Yeah, exactly. That's
No,
another.
but I
That was
believe
the nuclear Winter Olympics.
That was right.
I do believe it was Eastern Europe somewhere though, but it became like basically a base for the rebels.
Yeah,
That Hoth, that's where it was. It was on Hoth.
that sounds like Star Wars planet.
That it is.
Okay,
It was on where?
Hoth.
it's
Get that out, buddy. Get that out. There you go. There you go. Get it up. Get it up.
oh Jesus. Anyway,
But anyways, yeah, that's all our sports fans are going to get that. Anyways, yeah, but yeah, that's amazing how those fucking stadiums, because they put so much into them, and
sure.
then they have no need for them.
but what would you rather do?
I already said it.
Oh.
Hurdles. I'd trip over the hurdles. I'm going to be
Oh, my
embarrassed
God.
either way just for being in the Olympics. Do I got to go through that whole little bit again?
No, definitely not. No, we're good. I would by far do the belly flop. Landslide.
I can make that happen.
I'm sure. I got to do it over the railing at Borchase.
You're going to do it twice. You're going to get some practice.
Most people would have chosen back first. Second time you do it,
Here's my reasoning why.
And by the way, if I can suggest, since we talked about Randy Savage earlier, come back, follow him with a big elbow.
Yeah, the flying elbow.
I might do that.
Yep.
Through the table, though.
Yeah,
because for some reason they think that makes it hurt worse.
Yes.
Isn't that just basically a cushion?
Yeah, it breaks their fall. Breaks your fall as the elbow dropper.
Right, but wood is softer than concrete.
Correctamundo.
And that happens.
So definitely doing the belly flop for a couple of reasons. Number one, the pain is only going to last a couple of minutes, maybe up to 10 minutes, I think at max. The second reason why is the most watched sport in the Olympics is like swimming and then the track and field events and then gymnastics, or those three move around during the Olympics. And so diving is not up there. And so if you belly flop, nobody will ever remember it. But if you are in a hurdle heat and you continuously keep on tripping over the hurdles and it's on national television, I guarantee you will be a laughing stock for the rest of your life.
Here's the deal.
You'll be fucking kicked out of the country.
I will be expected. If they see me lined up in fucking track shorts and a fucking tank top with my man tits hanging out the side, they're going to be like, this motherfucker ain't going to hit a hurdle. And they're going to be right. I might be able to pull a dive off, but they know I'm not gonna clear one fucking hurdle.
I don't think I'd even try to jump. I would just barrel.
That's what I would do.
I would just lower my shoulder.
I would even do that. I would I'm crossing through the finish line on each one with my fucking chest out and my hands back.
Or just put your hands up, push it. I mean, like salt and pepper that motherfucker.
You know what? I might chase the guy in front of me with one WWF style, like with a steel chair.
Oh yeah, break it over his back.
And then follow up with the big elbow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, Scotty. You say you're a big fan of the Olympics. You like watching them.
I do.
You're gonna watch, if you watch them this summer, I worry about you.
Why?
You know your wife is already fed up with you, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna put that shit on the television?
She actually likes it more than I do.
That cannot be true. She has some sense. Not much. She's married you, but enough to where she shouldn't like the Olympics.
No, she does. She likes the Olympics. She likes the gymnastics.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
My wife does too.
See?
That accounts for all three of their viewers.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. So, kids, good show. Made me feel really uncomfortable.
I made it great.
As usual, you guys always make me feel really uncomfortable.
Make sure to hang that calendar up.
I'll get right on that after you leave.
Okay. Those are nice Jewish men. Guys.
Thank you very much.
Shouldn't gender identify them. They're just guys.
So until after Christmas, this will be the last episode with Derek at least.
Yeah.
He will return, but obviously Christmas Eve is next Tuesday, so we're all gonna probably be doing something with their family. So me and Jeremy are gonna try to rustle up an episode for you for Christmas Eve. We're just gonna have to do it at a different time frame or a different day. And release it on Tuesday for you, so you have something to listen to on your way to travel this year.
Yeah, well, you got the kids in the car.
That's right.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like us talking about paper cuts on your pee hole.
Absolutely.
And having your bag rip open.
But for what it's worth, we do have a couple of sponsors on this show. We, of course, always have StrikeForceEnergy.com. It's an energy drink. Or it comes in a box full of 10 packets where you can put it in water, and it has tons of vitamins, the same amount of caffeine as a regular cup of coffee, and no calories and no sugars. Check them out at StrikeForceEnergy.com. Use the promo code ButtChug if you really just want to use it and not get any money off. If you want 10% off, though, you can use, what is it?
No more cans.
No more cans. That's right. Sorry. Ran through that one backwards.
Or butt chug if you want to make yourself feel good.
Yeah.
You can also get 10% off a mastectomy with that same exact promo code. No more cans.
No more cans.
And also we have Derby Sport Clips.
Derby Sport Clips. That's right. We got the holidays coming up. You want to look good for that. I mean, for Christ's sake, it's Jesus's fucking birthday.
And we like to
Clean
say,
yourself up.
We like to say, if you don't get your hair cut at Derby Sport Clips,
What do we say with this?
What do you say, Jeremy?
Go fuck yourself.
You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I don't want the music to start playing for the go fuck yourself
No,
segment.
no, okay.
I think it triggers it. It's kind of like Alexa.
Just say fuck you then.
Well, then fuck you. Clean yourself up. You wouldn't go to any other birthday party looking the way you look, you fucking animals.
So why are you going to go to Jesus' lunch like that?
This is the Christ.
And
Look good for him.
They named a sandwich after him.
They sure
The
did.
Monte Cristo.
We also have Vorshay's Lounge, who our good friend Steve is a friend of the show and
The Ginger Crush.
The Ginger Crush. You can watch a couple of our preview
He's
or
going to
pregame
allow
episodes.
Scotty to be murdered at his establishment.
At his establishment.
Is the pegging raffle, the prize, is that going to be before or
I
after you get...
I luckily won the pegging raffle.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No.
And I fucked myself.
No.
I did.
You fuck yourself every night. So. There were multiple drawings, Scotty.
Yeah?
Yes. There were 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th chance drawings. We were just going to knock them all out in one day. So...
That's bad.
That's where that $600 for Toys for Tots came from.
solid.
So you're doing it for the kids.
Right. And all of the winners gave it away to the kids as their gift.
So you get pegged by children.
By children.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Sounds good. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. And did anybody have anything else to go over before we leave? At least sign off before Christmas? Oh, you know what?
What?
Vorshay's this Thursday has comedy at that Vorshay's this Thursday. They got Eric Von Riker, Jeremy Rush, and
Megan Walsh.
I believe it starts at 7.
All of them very good comedians.
Yes, they are.
That is how much is it to get into that? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I mean, that's a comedy club quality show. Go see it.
Go see it. Help Steve out too at Vorshay's because they're awesome people.
Go get
there.
drunk.
Yeah, have a good time.
And drive like I do.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Well, just don't.
Is that
It's
what,
bad.
what? Is there some rule that says you can't do that now?
Yes, of course there are. There's tons of rules that say don't do that.
Huh.
But
I've never heard of them.
anyways, guys, we really do hope you guys have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all the other ones that it could possibly
Festivus.
be. Festivus?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna call it Festivus.
Airing of the grievances.
Harry Festivus.
No.
Oh.
Really? The airing of the grievances. That's just where you sit around and bitch.
Yes.
That's
But
literally.
you have to have your Festivus poll.
I love this holiday.
Yes.
It's like
Seinfeld. Come
Christmas, only better.
Yeah.
on. All
Was
right.
that an episode of Seinfeld?
Yes.
I thought I'd seen them all. I've never heard of this.
Oh, it's great.
All right.
love
Well,
it.
we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy
Is he
Holidays.
on the Jewish calendar?
Yes.
Is there Seinfeld?
And what is? No, it won't be a Happy New Year because that'll be the 31st.
Yeah, we'll have to do a pre-show probably for that one.
Okay.
New Year's Eve will be doing it. No.
No, we won't.
Yes, New Year's Eve, because New Year's Day is 1 week after Christmas. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
You guys want to just get fucking hammered for that show? Seriously, I mean, just get absolutely retarded drunk and do a podcast, because I do.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
But you know what's
As
worse?
opposed to all these others that are works of art. What the fuck?
It'd be bad, but it could be worse.
Yes, it
Could be
could.
worse.
Inside joke. But guys, we really do appreciate it. We have almost been doing this
Why
podcast.
don't you let him in on that inside joke?
No, we're not gonna. We've been doing this podcast now for almost a full year. And the main reason why we do it, not only because we love it, but because you guys keep on spreading it around. We have new listeners, new followers on the Facebook page. So we really do thank you from the bottom of our hearts very, very much. Can't thank you enough. We really enjoy doing it.
I thank you from the top of my heart.
The top of your heart.
I feel like I can thank you enough, but I haven't yet. So thanks.
But anyways, again, thank you so much. We like to always say you guys are our advertisement. So if you do like us, do us a favor, tell your friends and your family. If you don't like us,
We hope you get gored by a fucking reindeer. Merry Christmas, assholes.
if you don't like us,
Tell your enemies.
and until next time,
Take
ladies
that
and gentlemen,
filter off and make it dirty.
we will see you. Take care.